all. Today we are going to see about standardization within a protocol architecture. Already I said that protocol means it is a set of rules and regulation for transmitting the information from one to another one. So we have to follow some standard architecture. Architecture means it's like an blooms, that is an blueprint. So we have to follow some architecture for transmitting the information. So standardization within protocol architecture. The model defines in general term the function to be performed at that layer and facilitate the standard making process in two ways, because the function of each layer are well defined and standard can be developed independently and simultaneously for each layer. That isn't, there are a lot of layers for transmitting the information, so they have network have to face within 7 layers for transmitting the information. So each and every layer they have to perform some function. So we have to adapt for that function. So each and every layer can be designed with an independent model. So they have unique information, unique functions they have to access like that. Next, what is network communication? The exchange of data between devices on a network, we can call it as a network communication. So it requires compatibility protocols for devices to understand each other. That is, it requires some protocols for accessing the data. Protocols define data format, addressing, communication procedure. So already I said that what is protocol? It is a set of rules and regulation for transmitting the information from one to another one. That is sender to receiver. We can call it as a source to destination. So they have to follow some data format, addressing instance. So it consists of either source address, that is, for example, A can be transmit the information to B. So we have to from source A, so we have to go to B. So this is called as an addressing B to A. This is also called addressing from destination to source. Then communication procedures, they have to follow some communication procedure either through wireless or some media they have to transmit the information. Next, challenges of interoperability. They given some example. So we have to follow some standardization for transmitting the information. Otherwise, we have to face with some difficulty. They are saying like that. So given an example, Tower of Babel scenario where devices speak incompatible languages. So limited functionality, increased complexity. That is, we have to clearly define our functions. Otherwise, we cannot follow the particular procedures. Next, the role of standardization bodies. So who developed the communication protocol? ISO. ISO means International Standard Organization. They given some standard for transmitting the information. So the protocol should be interoperability, compatibility across the different vendors. Vendors means different sector they are saying. Promote stability and growth of internet and network technologies. We have to face within different technology. It can be adapted to different technology also. Next, benefit of standardization. So promote interoperability. Interoperability means enable devices from different vendor to communicate seamlessness. That means they have to communicate easily. Simplifies network management, reduce complexity and troubleshooting issues. If we are sending an information from one to another, so we have to face lot of issues. That is an traffic congestions control. We have to control the congestions. We have to find out best for transmitting the data. Next, to foster in innovation, creates a stable foundation for further development of network technologies. They have to follow some stability in that. Promotes global connectivity. So we have to connect throughout the world. That is, a geographical boundaries should be across the limit. Next, some of the examples of the standard protocols: TCP/IP, HTTP, Wi-Fi, USB. TCP or IP. So it is a simple one, transmission control protocol for transmitting the information from one area to another through that particular IP address. Whereas in HTTP, we are using browser, no? So in that we are following HTTP address only. So hypertext stands for protocol. It is used for gathering the information or browsing some information from web server and the browsers. Wi-Fi, defined wireless networking, we all know that familiar one. Network standards for devising communication easily. USB, universal serial bus, standard for communicating peripheral to another computer or some other devices can be communicate with each other through USB port. Next, some of the examples of protocols we are standard protocol we are following. IEEE 802.1 defines wireless networking standard for device communication. We are following that only. Enable device to connect to wireless network and access the internet. Next. So examples of another example we already said that USB. The cost of non-standardization, it can lead to compatibility issues, limited functionality, increased complexity for network management troubleshooting, and hinders innovation and growth in the network. So the cost wise when compared to other networks, we have to spend more expense for connecting the protocols. Future of standardization. So importance of maintaining flexible while ensuring interoperability. We have to balance the needs of stable and reliable connections. Thank you.